Alright. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's David over here at Automotive Talk. Hopefully you can hear me alright. A little late to the chat. Had to have the video, not chat, rather. Whatever. I'm here anyway. I had to do a couple things before I came down. Grab a drink for one. Hope everybody's having a good new year. So, figured talk about some, not the car community, but more car culture, I guess. If that makes sense. More like stuff like, you got Tesla, you got Ford, Chevy, more brand related stuff than modified cars, but it does kind of go hand in hand, so not really overly prepared either. Been a busy week, plus New Year's and Christmas and all that stuff, so, and I'm still kind of new to this whole live channel video stuff. Well, a year ago, a little over a year ago, I was working at a Ford dealership, and they had, what was it? It was I got a magazine from a friend of mine, or family, rather, I guess. And in the magazine, they had an article about the Ford Maverick. And not the old one that most of you people probably remember. It's actually a new one that they're coming out with. It's a truck. Trying to pull up a picture here. Like I said, not overly quick at this stuff, so that works. Alright. It's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Wonder if I can do it this way. Nope, can't. Okay. I have to do it this way. There we go. I think. Yep. Oh, of course, it's super tiny. Why did it shrink? Alright. So that's the Ford Maverick. It's a pickup truck. It's a unibody pickup truck. I brought it to the attention because I hadn't heard of it until I read the, Motor Trend, I think. One of those type of magazines. Oh, it didn't. There we go. Now you can really see it. Yeah. Reading through the magazine, I was like, what is this thing? It's a little, I believe it's 2.3 liter 4-cylinder automatic front wheel drive with available all wheel drive. And I brought it to the attention of the salespeople up front, because I figured they'd probably know about it because it was supposed to come out late 2021, which it did. So they had no idea what I was talking about. They looked at me like I had two heads. Tell me I was crazy. He said that Ford would never make anything like that, and it's not available. Won't ever be available because nobody wants a unibody pickup truck like that. March of 2021, actually March 2nd, 2021, I got fired from said dealership that I'm not going to say any names of. And probably about 3 or 4 months later, I was out driving around. I stopped at a restaurant, fast food place, and there was one of these sitting in the parking lot. I was like, oh, I guess they did make them. I guess I kind of did know what I was talking about. Wish my camera was a little bit higher. Hold on. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, so that's kind of where, Ford, what was it, 2020? They stopped making cars altogether except for the Mustang. And I think they sold off the rest of their Fusions. And now they make SUVs and trucks. I don't really know why. Yeah, gas was cheap at that point, and they've, the Ford Escape and EcoBoost, they get relatively good gas mileage. Not that great though. 25, 26 miles per gallon in the EcoSport. I said EcoBoost before, but I meant EcoSport. It's a little tiny roller skate looking car. It's a baby Ford Escape. No space, very tiny. The only thing it's got going for it is it's got some ground clearance and it's all-wheel drive. The Ford Maverick that's on the screen, that's got, I think the chassis that is based off of is the Ford Escape. So it's going to have ground clearance and, basically all the same underpinning options that has. I mean, it works. That's not where I would have gone with if I was making cars, but we all know how America is. We like our big, huge trucks. But there's also a lot of people out there that would much rather have a Civic or a Fiesta. I know I'd rather have one of those. I'd have a Scion XB. It's kind of SUV-ish, but if I could find a nice old Civic, I would. And Honda doesn't make really what they used to. Like, you can get a Civic Type R now, but it's a 4-door. I don't want a 4-door. I'd rather have a 2-door hatchback Civic. If I wanted a 4-door, I'd buy an Accord. But here in America, we didn't get much anyway. Over the last 30 years, we've been kind of get all the boring stuff. A lot of it to do with government regulations and policies and stuff like that. Plus, if the company doesn't make the car in the country, then it's taxed heavily or something along those lines. I don't know enough about it to really be like, that's why. But yeah, I would rather have stuff like that. Like over in Europe, they got the probably gonna say it wrong, but the Ford Ka. It's Ka. It's a really tidy car. It's 2-door hatchback. Fuel efficient. Over there, you can get diesels too, like 1-liter diesels. It's smaller than a Ford Fiesta. It'd probably fit in the back seat of a Ford Fiesta, actually. Yeah, so I would, those small, cheap cars like that are really good for people that get out there with the, my phone is very delayed. Hold on, there we go. Get out there with the, get out, in high school, you're 16, 17 years old. You don't want to be driving around like a Buick Regal or that's a car, but like you can get a Mitsubishi Eclipse brand new now, but it's an SUV. Doesn't really make any sense to me either. Let's see if we can pull one up. Because the new ones look like the Outlander or the Outlook. Alright. And wow, that really did not help my stuff at all. Hold on, let me resize it here. I don't know why it does that. Mainly because I'm new to this, but that's... You would think that it would... I have it set to go to size, but it still doesn't do it. Alright, there we go. That is an Eclipse. The 4th generation Eclipse. It looks nothing like the 1990 Eclipse, or the 1995 Eclipse, or the 2006 Eclipse. Which were two-door economy sporty cars. And now while we're on the subject of that, you got the Ford Mach-E, since we've been talking about Ford here. Which is a very disappointing thing for me. I'll dive into that here in a second. No, and if you want, you can comment in the comments too, and let me know what you think. And that made it really small. Cool. That is not a very good picture of that. It's kind of blurry. But that's the Mach-E. See if I can find a better picture of that actually. Again, with the sizing. There we go. That's a lot better. It's a little more of a clean picture. The other one is really blurry for some reason. The Mustang, the name Mustang, has referred to cars since, what, 64? Yeah, that's when the Mustang came out. So the Mustang's been a car for 70 years? 60 years. 60. Just under 60 years. And all of a sudden it's an electric SUV. No. I would have been fine if they called it just a Mach-E and left the Mustang emblem off the front of it. But they didn't. That was kind of a bad thing on their part, I think. I mean, this is kind of the way that automakers are going nowadays. They want SUVs and trucks now because that's what sells. Wouldn't be selling it to me. I wouldn't buy the Mach-E just because it has the Mustang name on it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much else. I haven't had anybody comment or anything, so take it in a direction it could go. But so I'm probably gonna get off here soon. Been live for almost a half hour. So, if you're new, hit that subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up. And make sure you hit that notification bell too so you get notified when I go live so you can join these sessions, which I will be doing every Sunday, either 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. Yeah. Be pretty good. I'll have more next week. I'll have a little more content. Like I said, today was a little delayed because just Christmas, New Year's, holidays, running around in that time to figure out what I wanted to make this episode about. Spam chats. Cool. Don't click on that chat. Or that link that the person just shared. Yeah. Anyway. It'll basically add like a malware virus thing to your computer. I don't know much about that either, so I just know not to click on it. And I don't know the proper terms of it. Not really a computer guy, more of a car guy. Hence the reason I have a car channel, not a computer channel. But back in the day, I'm 35, so I grew up in an interesting era of automobiles. When I was 10, it was 1996. And that's when the Dodge Viper GTS coupe came out. With the iconic blue and white stripes or silver stripes, whichever one it is. I always get that wrong, but that's when that came out. You had the Diablo in the 90s, the McLaren F1, a lot of iconic stuff. Japan had a lot of stuff that people were now importing, which would be nice if they still imported. or we're not still imported, but if the government would stop trying to stop them from importing them, which I made a video about, but my audio and everything was not set up properly, so the video did not do very well. I actually think that was a couple, 2 weeks ago. Wait a second. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Got a lot of views, but I think my audio was very bad, so I didn't get anything. Yeah. What was I going? Oh, yeah. So, Japan, 90s. You got Supra, the R32, the R33, the R34 Skyline. I think the R34 might have came out right at the end of the 90s. It might have been early 2000s. But we didn't get anything. We didn't get any of those cars. We got the Supra a little bit, but not like they did in Japan. The Nissan Pulsar, the Toyota Chasers, and the Toyota Stores, which we got a version of. Which were Lexus, rebadged Lexuses, or rebadged as Lexuses. But they still weren't the same because over in Japan they had the powerful, the 2JZs and manual transmissions, which you don't get in the Lexuses. You do get the 2JZ. Like, you can buy a GS300 or an ES300, and that comes with the 2JZ. Some of them do have manuals, but they're very rare because American culture, again, with the big trucks and everything like that, they don't like manual transmissions. They don't want to drive. I've driven manuals my entire life. I wanted to drive on a stick. Got my license on a stick. I drive one now. 85% of the cars I've ever owned have been manual. They're just a lot more fun for me. I don't like to just put my car in gear and just go. That's boring. Plus, if you're driving a stick and you're going a long distance, for me, anyway, I don't know about anybody else, but for me, it keeps me awake. So it keeps going, have to shift, keep you active a little bit instead of just, put in the drive and get on the highway and hit 60, 65, so the cruise control on and we're good to go. No, that's how people end up taking a nap or falling asleep at the wheel, which I have, knock on wood, never done. That's probably not real wood. It's a really crappy desk. That might be real real wood though. Anyway. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. We're going down a dangerous road for cars to not really be anything more than just point A to point B. Like, you get in and go, I want to go to Walmart. Okay. And off it goes. Don't have to do anything. Pretty soon your car's going to off and you're going to get in and you want to go to Walmart, and it's going to be like, would you like a beer? Yeah. Which that could be interesting. I don't think that would that constitute drunk driving? Because you're not driving. Then if your car is an open bottle of container of alcohol, does that count as an open container? Does the car get in trouble for that? Or does the person driving the car? Yeah. But I don't know. I don't want to see self-driving cars either. I know some people that need self-driving cars so they don't kill anybody, but it's kind of like I was saying with electric vehicles. There should be a choice. Like, if you want to have electric vehicles, cool. Don't force it on everybody. Let me be able to go out and buy my, 7.2 liter, 6.2 liter Hemi Challenger Hellcat. It's like 800 horsepower, 700 horsepower. Demon has 800. Hellcat has 707. I think the Red Eye has like 740 or 760 or something like that. Either way, it's still. But that should be a choice. Should be able to choose to do that if I want to. And not in a political standpoint thing. Just, I would like to go to the dealership. Here's 80 grand. Give me my rear wheel drive, rumbly exhaust, gas guzzling Hellcat. I don't know. I can see the need for like electric vehicles and self-driving vehicles and stuff like that. From an environmental standpoint, it would help. But at the same time, it also wouldn't help because our infrastructure isn't set for it. We still have a long ways to go before our infrastructure can handle, 370 million people in America. Can you imagine if 370 million people had electric vehicles and had them all plugged in at the same time? It wouldn't work. Yeah. And self-driving cars, I don't know. I just couldn't go with the self-driving car stuff. I thought somebody commented. Guess not. No, it's been a little over a half hour. I think I'm probably gonna sign off here, and I might jump on my other channel, Dave's World. I can put a link in the description. Do that. Might jump on there, drive around the truck a little bit. You can feel free to come over there and chat with me over there if you want. I would be doing I do the Twitch thing, but my computer is just not. I don't know if my computer or my internet. One of the two. Not very great, but yeah. So we will, I guess we will see you on the next one. Play some music here and sign out. Leave you on that one. Hope you have a good week, and I will see you next Sunday if I don't see you on the other channel.